Hi, Tiffany. Welcome back to my party. How are you, Tiffany? Oh my god, it's been so long. I've missed you so much. It's literally crazy. How have you been? I hope you're doing okay. Today we have a book haul. And not just like any book haul. It's like the first book haul of the year. Christmas time, I went a little bit crazy. I went a little bit nutso. I thought during Christmas, for some reason, that I had unlimited amounts of money. I thought for some reason that I was a billionaire. So I just bought every book that's ever existed ever. My mistake. My bad. Whoopsies. So we have a lot of books to talk about. It's probably going to take a while. So get comfortable. Get cozy. Maybe get like some water. Take your meds. Get snuggled in. Okay, Tiffany? Because I'm going to be talking at you for a while. Also, look at my nails. Look at her. Oh my god. Hello? I feel like a girl who wants to talk to your manager. I feel like a woman who just buys jewelry for no reason, just like on a whim. I feel like a girl who has like a book haul with a ton of books. That's the kind of girl I am. With the square nails, the tappability is crazy. So my nails are gorgeous. Expect me to never stop talking about them. Okay, Tiffany, it's a little bit crazy. You know how I'm the kind of girl who likes to cook and stuff, right? I am Gordline Ramsay. One of my goals though for 2025 legit is to become a bread girly. So it's like one of my goals. However, I'm not really like a goal kind of girly, but that's where today's sponsor, Skillshare, comes in. First of all, let's talk about Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online community for creatives. It's this huge platform where you can take classes and improve yourself. And I took a class recently called Reach Your Goals, 7 personal development exercises to build a life you love. And it was taught by this woman named Nedra. I started this class kind of being like, oh, let me just see what she has to say. Left it feeling refreshed. Like I had little pieces of a puzzle that I didn't have before. Nedra talks about goals and like getting stuff done and like feeling confident, but it's like much more than that. She really digs deeply into things that are kind of prohibiting you from reaching those goals. Confidence. She talks about like your self-beliefs, your values, the narratives, your self-narratives. When she talked about the self-narratives, I think I had like a come to Jesus moment. I was putting my big brain to work. The whole class is meant to help you get unstuck, really, and like help you to like accomplish or getting started on accomplishing your goals. And honestly, I feel a little bit closer to really becoming that bread girl that I was talking about. I genuinely want to be like a bread person. Listen, I don't want to brag, but I've already started. I made pizza dough. I made cinnamon buns yesterday. I'm not that kind of girl, Tiffany. I'm afraid of yeast. I'm not even joking. Anyway, maybe you're not into like self-development sort of stuff. That's fine. Skillshare has literally anything and everything that you could probably ever ask for. They've got things for productivity. They've got things for creativity, art, journaling, graphic design. Literally, Tiffany, if you can think about it, if you can think it, Skillshare probably has it. And what's amazing about Skillshare is that you can just go at your own pace. There's nobody at your back being like, get it done, finish this. You can literally take a class and maybe it'll take you a month. I don't know. Maybe it'll take you 2 months. Nobody's there though, pressuring you. I have loved that about Skillshare because it just leaves this breathability. And of course, with things like learning paths, which are basically these like curated playlists on a single specific topic, you can really do anything. Tiffany, Skillshare came to me. They literally called me on the phone. Hello? And they said, Jordaline, we love what you're doing. You're literally slaying. You're literally popping your pussy. But we're wondering if you want to like change lives. And I said, Skillshare. Of course I do. A Skillshare, I would love to. And they gave me a little linky link and it's going to be in the description. But basically the first 500 people to click it get their first month of Skillshare for free. I'm going to say that again, okay? Just in case you missed it. First 500 people to click the link in my description get the first month of Skillshare for free. Okay? Skillshare Premium, might I add. Money also wants you to join. Once again, if you click the link in my description, you can get your first month of Skillshare Premium for free. Tell them money for the first 500 people. Super easy. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Okay, Tiffany, let's get started with this book haul. First things first, let's talk about The Black Hunger. This is by Nicholas Pullen. When I saw this book, I was not drawn to it at all. I was like, what is that? Who is that for? Not for me, Shirley. And then Shirley said, don't call me Shirley, that's not my name. But anyway, that's a stupid ass joke. But then somebody told me, I forget who, I think it was like a viewer. They were like, that's for the gays. And I said, now hold the phone. What do you mean? So apparently this is gay. And that's literally the reason I bought it. Otherwise, literally never in a million years. Not with this cover. I'm honestly not sold by this cover, nor this like old English font thing. I'm not sure if I'm a fan. So John Sackville is going to be dead pretty soon. And you're thinking, who's John? I'm also thinking the same thing. But apparently John is like in a cell as shadows writhe in the corners, okay? Which is a little bit spooky. But John is in this cell, trapped, and he has this like hunger, perhaps a black hunger, gnawing at his insides. But he's also like mourning the death of his secret lover. I think that's where the gay stuff comes in. I think it's like a secret lover. So John is like not doing great. Okay, he has all of this hunger. He has his secret lover who like died, and he's also in a cell. It's like kind of a bummer. He must write his last testament before it's too late. And so I'm pretty sure that this is going to be like a book about John before he ended up in the cell with this black hunger thing. It is a tale that will take us to the end of the world. I'm excited for this because there's nothing I love more than like a forbidden fruit secret lover kind of thing. And it sounds like that with maybe tinges of like an apocalypse. It also sounds very, very sad. And honestly, I have been crying a lot because of the gays. I've been watching a lot of BL, crying because it's sad. I watched Wicked and cried because it was gay. So many things are gay, and a lot of it is making me personally sob. Let's talk about the opposite of gay. This is not gay, and that is Kujo by Stephen King. I have never owned this book, but when I saw that this specific edition was released, I thought, yeah, there's something I could get behind. I'm also like not a huge Stephen King fan. Like I like some of his books, but I find that nowadays his books aren't like really for me. They're more, they lean more like fantasy, and they're not that scary in my opinion. This is just my opinion. What the fuck do I know? I'm a loser. Anyway, why am I so defensive? Tiffany, look at this cover. I saw this and I was in. I've also never seen the movie, never read the book. So I'm thinking maybe I'll read the book and then watch the movie because I think that would be kind of fun. All I know about this is that it's about a family, I think like a mom and her son, and they get a dog, but then that dog like goes rabid and tries to kill them, and then they're like in a car while the dog is outside. That's all I know. Either way, I'm very excited to read this because, you know, it's famous. Or whatever. I also have The Crimson Labyrinth. This is by Yusuke Kishi. This is a Japanese horror novel, one that I have honestly had my eye on for a very, very long time. Like I've known about this book for years and always wanted to pick it up, but then never did for some reason. The back of the book says that this is for fans of Lost or Battle Royale. I've never seen Lost. I was never a fan, but I do love Battle Royale. This is about this guy who is a former math major. He wakes up one day and he thinks, am I on the red planet? Am I on fucking Mars? Because he's in some kind of like weirdo, unrecognizable place. But then he sees that there's this girl whose name is I, who has an hearing aid. Hearing aid? He's like, what the hell's going on? And she's like, I don't know. But I draw erotic comics for a living, so that's chill. Their only leads are cryptic instructions beamed to a portable device. Make the wrong move and it's really game over. In the cruel world of the Mars Labyrinth, mercy and compassion are only for the weak or the very, very strong. The stakes are nothing less than your life and apparently a lot of money. It's also kind of giving Squid Games. I think that this is about people on like a reality show, but it's kind of like fucked up. It also says on the back that it's a satire of extreme reality TV. Let me know down below if you've read this and what you thought of it. Let's talk about Wake Up and Open Your Eyes by Clay McLeod Chapman. I read this recently. I literally finished it actually yesterday, so I know how I feel about it. But let me tell you what it's about. This is about mainly Noah and his family. Noah gets like this bad vibe from his mom. She keeps calling him, being like, baby, honey bunch of oats. The reawakening is happening. You need to get on board, girly pop. And Noah is like, there's no fucking way. You're being weird. What does that even mean? So he's like concerned about her, right? So he goes to visit her. When he gets there, his parents are being weirdos. Like their house is literally disgusting and also kind of like incestuous. It's a bit gross. Either way, people who are conservative or like watching things like Fox News have become possessed by demons. Noah and his nephew Marcus are trying to travel back to Brooklyn, where Noah's wife and child are. This is crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's talk about gay shit. We're gonna talk about breeze spells and bridegrooms, and then also fire spells between friends. This is the first book. This is the second book. I've read the first book. Haven't made my way yet to the second book, but very excited too. But what you're most excited for, Tiffany, what you want to see, I know, is the cover. Let me show you. Oh my God, look at that. Look. So cute. Did I buy them mainly for the covers? Yes. Is that the crime? If it is, lock me away. Throw away the key. This first book is about these two dudes. They're like rivals. They've like hated each other since childhood. This guy is a human. This guy's a fae. And this guy's kind of like a douchebag. He's like one of those like hoity-toity kind of people, you know what I mean? Whilst this human guy is like, I am very smart and I care about science or whatever. And they're forced basically to work together on this like project thing. You know, at first they're like, oh, I hate you, blah, 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 blah. But obviously, eventually, they start to get closer. And maybe they fall in love. It's so fucking cute. It's crazy. It's kind of like Bridgerton. So if you like that, and then plus like fays and stuff, you might be into this. Are you ready? Are you ready, Tiffany, to see the prettiest cover of all time? We have So Witches We Became. I may never get over this cover. Do I have any idea what's going on? No. Do I need to? Did I buy it for the cover? Yes. Apparently, this is queer and feminist horror. Oh, excuse me, sir. That's so me, don't you think? This is about Nell. Nell and her friends go to this like private islands or whatever, and they think they're about to have like the time of their lives. They're like, yay, we're gonna go party. No, when they get there, Nell's secrets, her little secrets, they fuse with the island's tragic history, trapping them with a curse that surrounds the island in a toxic, vengeful mist that awakens a devouring, unseen beast. So they're all pretty fucked. Really, getting off the island would mean like risking everybody's life. And Nell doesn't want to do that. Nell must face the memories that she'd rather leave behind and reveal the horrific truth about what happened to her a year ago. But then also, what's crazy is Nell's friends also have secrets. Nell's friends are like, we have secrets too. And then this like solution begins to take place. However, it's more dangerous than the curse. Really interested in this because I'm a little bit like, what the hell is going on? What happened a year ago? What is this monster thing? What's the mist thing? You have to tell me, Tiffany, if you've read this and what you thought of it, because I need to know. Speaking of queer, we have Old Wounds. This is by Logan Ashley Kisner. I love Ashley as a name for men. Men named Ashley, I don't know why, but I feel like they feel hot. Do you know what I mean? Like if I hear like, oh yeah, my friend Ashley, who's a dude, I'm like, that man is sexy. I don't know why. I think that. I just imagine that they're all like surfer dudes. Why do I think surfer dudes are hot? Anyway, we don't have time for that right now, Tiffany. Also, I'm obsessed that this cover is in like the trans colors. That's literally stunning. This book sounds cool as hell, okay? We're following Aaron and Max, these two transgender teens, right? And I think they have some kind of like history. I think they used to like date, but then one of them broke up with the other. Yeah, Max broke up with Aaron. Max is desperate to transition, right? They're on their way to California. I'm assuming like running away because of maybe some kind of like family problems. I'm not sure. They find themselves in this town and they kind of find themselves stranded there. And what they learned also is that this town is like placating this monster that needs a girl sacrifice. Do you see where this is going? They see that these two teens have come into town and they're like, gotcha. We got him, boys. We got him. Not knowing that the teen they think is a biological girl is actually trans. The thing is, the locals don't know who they just trapped as their sacrifice. They don't know Aaron and Max's secrets, which could be a death sentence on a good day. And the monster that lives in their woods has never faced prey who have already fought so hard to live. That sounds bad as fuck, dude. I'm so excited to read this. It sounds so good. I'm probably gonna cry. I bet you I'm gonna cry when I read this. Guaranteed. Okay, speaking of gay teenagers, I have another gay teenage book. We have Cemetery Boys. This is by Aiden Thomas. First of all, this cover, literally stunning. I feel as though the hype train for this book already passed. Like it was choo-choo-choo-ing that way. I'm a little bit late to the party, but I'm here now. And that's all that matters. In this, we're following Yadriel. Is that how you pronounce it? He wants to become a brujo. Is that how you pronounce it? However, his family is having like problems accepting his gender identity. I'm assuming that he's trans. He's like, you know what? I can do this whether they think I can or not. So he tries to like summon his cousin's ghost. However, what he actually ends up summoning is this guy named Julian. Miguel is his cousin. He summons Julian. Julian is like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. This is kind of what I wanted. I wanted to be able to like tie up my unfinished business. Yadriel agrees to help him. He's like, fine, I'll help you and then you can go in your merry fucking way. However, the more that he spends time with Julian, the less he wants him to leave. He's like falling in love with a ghost, which is like the worst case scenario, bro. Any romance novel, if you're falling in love with a dead person, it's not good, dude. Don't do that. That's like the number one thing that I never want to do. I never want to fall in love with a dead person. How sad is that? I think this is also the kind of book that would make me cry. I don't think this one is gay, but the author is, or maybe like the author is like trans. I'm actually not sure. We have Compound Wounds. This is by Andrew Joseph White. If you saw my latest book haul with Alphabet Soup, which if you haven't seen, I will link it. I got his other 2 books and I also bought his 3rd book because I was like, why not have the full complete set? Also, this cover is crazy. Look how pretty that is. Look at the dog. The dog is so cute. Honestly, I bought it mostly for the dog. This book is some small town bullshit, okay? In this, we're following Miles, who is a trans dude, so it is kind of gay, or like, I guess, queer. Miles is sneaking out of his house to go to a party with like this evidence, right? That the sheriff did in fact cover up his father's murder. Miles's dad was murdered and the sheriff covered it up, or like the sheriff did it. Either way, it's not great. Oh, sorry. My bad. Okay, his dad actually wasn't murdered. Other people were murdered, but his dad was definitely injured. It's all because of this like feud that began a few hundred years ago when Miles's great-great-grandfather incited a miners' rebellion that ended in a public execution at the hands of law enforcement. That's not funny. I'm laughing because I literally just read the synopsis and I did not catch that, and it's so fucked up that it literally shocked me as I read it again. Anyway, it's not funny. So with that context, Miles is now like the newest sort of victim to the sheriff and the sheriff's children and the sheriff's people. And like while Miles is on his way to this party with this evidence, the sheriff's son and people who are like in his group or whatever beat the shit out of Miles, okay? Miles is injured. I'm assuming that's why he looks fucked up on the cover. He's in the hospital and the ghost of a soot-covered man hovers over Miles's bedside while Sheriff Davies threatens Mike into silence. But then Miles accidentally kills one of the sheriff's son's friends, and he learns of other people who want out from underneath the sheriff's boot. To free their families from the cycle of cruelty, they're willing to put everything on the line. Is Miles? This sounds scary, but like in like a really real way, in like a way that would really happen in real life. And that's almost worse than like regular like ghosts or monsters. This seems a little bit too real. I might honestly do like a reading vlog where I read all of his books. I think that would be fun. Let's switch to adult horror. We have Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Endricks. This is his newest book. It's actually like really chunky. Look at this. It's huge. Also, the book has these pages. That's interesting. I'm excited, if not like a little bit hesitant to read this. I've heard from a lot of you that you really like it, but I also heard a few people say that you were a little bit underwhelmed by it. So I'm interested to see what I think. But this, from what I know, is about an institution or like some kind of home for pregnant girls. But when they give birth, their children go to something else. Like they don't get to keep their kids, I don't think. The women or the girls in this home find witchcraft. And so like that's a thing. Grady for me is like one of those authors where I'm like, you're a hit and a miss. Like sometimes you really slay, sometimes you really like do a death drop and break your ankle. Like, it's not cute. Like, that's the kind of vibe. I think this horror novel came out in 2023, or maybe it was like early 2024. I can't remember. This came out. I had all intentions of picking it up, and then I never did. But then I found it on Book Outlet for cheap, and I was like, hell yeah. Soleil. Haunting on the Hill by Elizabeth Hand. I think this is a play on like Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. That's kind of the vibe it's giving me, which, you know, Tiffany, is like my favorite. I love Shirley Jackson so much. It's crazy. This is about this lesbian playwright who wants a place to like write her latest play, and she finds, I think, like a listing for this place, which is like, you know, a house on the hill or Hill House or whatever, and she's like, hell yeah, woo, I'm gonna stay there. So then her girlfriend decides to stay with her as well, and she invites a bunch of like actors to come to the house as well. So it's her girlfriend and her plus a bunch of actors, right? And when they get there, I think a bunch of weird spooky shit starts to happen, and I'm assuming like a haunting will ensue, which we love. Me personally love a haunting. I also have It Will Only Hurt for a Moment by Delilah S. Dawson. I picked this up simply because it was there. Is that bad to say? Is that rude? It might be rude to say, but it's true. I did start listening to it today, and I do like it so far. This is about this girl named Sarah Carpenter. Sarah's boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend really, was abusive, like emotionally. She wasn't having it. She was like kind of done with it. She abandoned him. She got up in the middle of the night. She fucking packed her bag. She was out of there. Also, Sarah's mother is like a raging alcoholic and also has dementia, and so that's a whole other thing too. Sarah is like, I want a new start. I want to take time for me. So she goes to this like retreat thing that's like meant for artists, where it's like no phones, no cell signal, you know, no internet, etc. It's supposed to be like this place where you can like reconnect with your art. When Sarah gets there, first of all, she finds like a dead opossum in her bed, literally like rotting. And then she also discovers, when she's digging for her kiln, a dead body. And after that, weird things start to happen. Like the calligrapher has like ink on her teeth all the time. Weirdo shit like that's going on. And it turns out maybe this isn't like some kind of like relaxing retreat thing, but actually quite insidious. I'm excited to finish this. I'm excited to see what the fuck is going on. I'm a little bit confusion. Let me know if you've read this also, what you thought of it. I would also love to know. I bought this book with the intention of reading it for Christmas, and then I never did. But I am excited to read it for like next Christmas, and that is Make My Wish Come True. This is by Rachel Lippincott and Allison Derrick, who are my waifus. This is like a Christmas sapphic romance. The inside cover says 12 days of fake dates, 2 holidays, 1 chance to convince everyone they're in love. I am obsessed with fake dating. Like I've said, I don't think anyone has ever like in real life fake dated anyone, but I love it, bro. It's just like a good, fun, tropey thing. And I also love this cover. Look how cute that is. Can't wait to read this in like 11 months. Listen, Tiffany, I also bought this book because it was gay and it looks really, really cute. And it also kind of has like a dead boyfriend kind of thing, which I didn't know was such a big thing. But apparently I'm like really into it because I keep buying books with dead boyfriends, but whatever. That is When Haru Was Here. This is by Dustin Tao. The like glittery font, are you joking? That's so cute. I also love this cover. It's so pretty. We're following Eric, who I'm assuming is this guy. Eric's friend, like his best friend, has passed away. He's like no longer of this world. And Eric, that's kind of like rude. And Eric is trying to deal with his grief. He's trying to cope any way that he can. What he's doing really is just like creating these like imaginary scenarios in his head. And it's like really not doing much for him, but it's like at least comforting. And then Haru shows up. So Haru one day just like sits next to him at like a fucking cafe and starts talking to him. And he's like, yay, 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 woo, woo, woo. I made a new friend. He's really happy about it. And then it turns out that nobody can see Haru except for him. It's a bit suspicious. Is Haru real? Is he not real? Is he a ghost? Is he alive? I hope he's not a ghost. I really hope he's not a ghost. And it says, when he starts losing control of the very thing that is holding him together, Eric must finally confront his reality, even if it means losing Haru forever. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you, Tiffany. I'm a little bit afraid to read this because, again, I think I'm going to sob my way through it. Let's talk about Looking for Smoke by K.A. Kobel. This cover is crazy, dude. From what I know, it's very, very popular. People love it. And I think it's also a horror. If any of you guys ever like painted your book's edges, are you that kind of girl? I've been thinking about doing it for at least one book. I should try at least, right? Do you use acrylic? I should do research. Anyway, this is like completely besides the point. Looking for Smoke is about this girl named Mara. Mara has recently moved into this new like reservation, the Blackfeet Reservation. Mara is kind of like an outsider, and she's not really like great with making friends apparently. She feels a little bit like an outcast kind of. But she gets a chance to make her debut when a local girl invites her to participate in this giveaway to honor her missing sister. Mara's like, hell yeah. But then actually the girl, Samantha Whitetail, is found murdered. And the 4 people who are participating, including Mara, are suspects for her murder. And all of them have motive to want Samantha dead. Okay, so maybe this isn't horror, but it is like a murder mystery, which I fucking love, dude. You know me, Tiffany. I love a murder mystery. My middle name is Murder Mystery. Let's talk about these books, which I bought. I don't know why I'm laughing, Tiffany. I think I'm laughing because it's like ridiculous that I bought both of them. Gwen and Art are not in love. And then we also have Not for the Faint of Heart. This is the first book. This is the second book. I think it's a duology, or maybe it's like they're both standalones, but they're like connected in terms of like the universe. I'm not sure, but I bought them both. From what I know, from what I can tell, they're about actors. Oh, it's not about actors. It's not. This kind of seems like a King Arthur kind of thing. So this is about Arthur, who is a descendant of King Arthur. Like, you know, like the King Arthur or whatever. He's expected to marry this girl named Gwendolyn, which by the way is such a cool name. Also, I imagine that anyone named Gwendolyn is probably like the prettiest person in the world. Anyway, but they hate each other. They like literally hate each other. They've been betrothed since they were children, and they despise one another. One day, Gwendolyn finds Arthur kissing a dude. And so she's like, whoa, you kiss dudes. And then Arthur looks at her, like Gwendolyn's old diary, and finds out that she's had a crush on this like knight lady named Bridget. And so they're both like, wait a minute, we're both fully homos. Shouldn't we be allies? Let's be allies. And so they come up with like a plan to get what they both want. The second book, it seems like this book is not a sequel to that one. It seems like maybe it's just like in the same world. Not for the Faint of Heart seems like a Robin Hood thing where we're following somebody who is a descendant of Robin Hood named Mariel. She's kidnapped this girl for a reason. I'm honestly unsure. And I'm honestly, Tiffany, too lazy to read it and to figure it out. But either way, I'm excited to read both of these. They seem really cute. And unlike anything, honestly, that I've seen before, at least recently, I have been so excited to read this book. It's actually insane, Tiffany. I've been wanting to read this for so long. And after like the moment I heard about it, I was like, I need that in my life immediately. And this is Darkly by Marisha Pessl. Now, if you know me at all, you know that I'm obsessed with Night Film by Marisha Pessl. Love that book. So when I saw that she was coming out with a dark academia novel, hello, I'm right here. This was me just on the lookout, waiting for this novel to come out. And the moment I saw it, I snatched it. I pushed children out of the way to get to it. That's my devotion. The inside cover says, "What would you kill for?" Honestly, for Marisha Pessl, anything. Tiffany, I just read the synopsis, and I don't think this is a dark academia novel. I think I was wrong. I don't think this is dark academia. Bro, for months, I have been in my head thinking, dark academia, Marisha Pessl, it's gonna happen. I think I was wrong. This is about a girl who gets an internship to work for like her favorite video game company called Darkly. And I think it's like a horror game. She gets this internship, and then the creator mysteriously dies. So her and the interns have to like figure out what happened to her through the game. I don't think it's dark academia. Bro, I was so excited for this to be dark academia. Maybe it is. I don't know. Either way, Marisha Pessl could literally choke me and spit in my mouth. I would be fine with that because like, it's Marisha Pessl. Bro, I'm excited to read this because it's Marisha Pessl. Duh. But is it dark academia? The last book of our book haul, this has been like the longest video of all time, I'm sure, is Otherworldly by F.T. Lukens. This cover is crazy. I have seen F.T. Lukens books at the bookstore, and I've always kind of like walked past them being like, oh, it's just, you know, gay boy, YA or whatever. Never really looked into it. And then I saw this cover and I was like, hold the phone. hold your banana pops. What do you mean? And I looked closer and I thought, yeah, I'm going to need that. This is about 17-year-old Ellery, who lives in a place where people just like believe in the supernatural. You know what I mean? Like people are like, I believe, like that kind of thing. But Ellery is like, I don't really believe. I'm not buying into this fippy dippy stuff. But then he runs into this guy named Knox, who is a familiar from the other world, who is sent to help humans who have made crossroad bargains. So he runs into him and he helps him. But Knox needs Ellery to make a bargain with him for him to stay in this realm. And I think they fall in love. I honestly don't know. It sounds crazy, but also really fun and really kind of cute. I'm excited. My friends, my family, my familia, thank you so much for being here today with me, for watching me drone on and on about these books. I'm sure it was so exhausting for you. Let me know down below if you've read any of these books, what you thought of them, if you loved them, if you hated them. I want to know your opinion. Please tell me your opinion. I love when you talk to me, especially about your opinions on books. It's so beautiful. Don't forget also to hit subscribe, because we talk about spooky shit, talk about creepy shit, we talk about old wounds and the Crimson Labyrinth and shit. Thank you so much, Tiffany. Hope you have a wonderful day. Also, thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. I hope you guys have a good one. I will see you in my next one. Bye. Goodbye. See you. Goodbye. Love you. See you. Bye. Bye. Bye.